What was the process like for you writing it, and the process, as you're working with an editor at Ballast Books and you're going through the whole process? What was that? Was that outside of your comfort zone?
No, so when I first started the project, I writing it, I knocked it out. I think I knocked it out fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The first manuscript that I
The rough
sent to
draft.
you. Oh,
First
sorry
rough
about that. Right, the first rough draft. Um, I worked with the ghostwriter, and she helped pull some stuff out. And I wrote it. I wrote it, and then I would, as the chapter would finish, I'd send it to her. She would ask me some questions, and then I would answer them, and then through that process, we ended up with that first manuscript. But I wrote every word. I did. Um, and then I found out that's not how ghostwriters are supposed to work.
And just for the record, this was not one of Ballast Books' ghostwriters. This is
No.
a ghostwriter he found on his own.
That's correct. That's correct. Because I mean, again, it's through my life and through my times I've realized it's like, well, listen, I'm not an author. I don't know about writing. So what do I know? It's like, well, hire a ghostwriter. They'll help you through the process. So I did, right? Because that's part of being elite, is that you realize where your shortfalls are, what you can do, what you can't do.
Yeah.
Right. You just do. So I did, and she did. She helped me pull a lot of things out that I probably wouldn't have talked about. So then it's like, okay, well, now how do I get this published? And so I start looking at things. I have to a la carte it, hire an editor, hire a proofreader, hire a cover person, hire a formatter, hire this. I'm like, isn't there any companies out there? I'm talking to myself, right? Isn't there any company out there? There's a one-stop shopping, and so I started looking through that, and I got on an author review page that rank all the companies, and so all the people that were ranked high, I reached out to, and I got some responses from some other folks. Yeah, we'd love to work with you. Well, what'd you like about my book? Well, I haven't read it yet. I'm like, oh, okay. Another publishing house, and I'm not bashing them, right? But this is the process that I went through before I picked Ballast, and another author kept changing the title of a publisher kept changing the title of my book. He kept calling it something I forget, but it was not.
So you said they didn't even know the title.
They didn't even know the title. They didn't even know the title. Yeah. I send the manuscript, or I reach out to Ballast, and Andy, calls me. He's the CEO. This is his company, and not a representative. Andy reaches out. He goes, "Listen, give me a couple of weeks. Let me read it, and I'll get back with you." I'm like, "Right on." Okay, a couple of weeks go by. He reaches back out. Hey, yeah, definitely would love to work with you. It's right in our sweet spot of what we like to publish. Can we do a call? And I said, okay, absolutely. We get on the phone, and so I started asking him about the manuscript, what he liked the most, what he liked, and I'm testing him. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but I was testing you.
I don't think I did.
And he did. And, he's like, oh, I love that, and he's talking about. I was picking out different parts of the book all the way through it, right? The beginning, the middle, and the end, to see if he read it.
Yeah. Well, what I do remember, I loved it. I knew it was raw. It was very raw.
Yeah.
I remembered that and especially from where it is today.
Sure.
It was an excellent manuscript. I thought it had, wonderful ideas and thoughts. It wasn't another Seal book.
Right.
And we say that a lot because I feel like that's something that we work with a lot of team guys, and we're never doing another Seal book. And I think that's just a testament to you guys and to the interest. But you were writing, had very interesting thoughts, well thought out thoughts, theories, and philosophies that I thought you'd articulated really well. I thought it needed some editing. It was a little rough, a little raw, but it was in great shape. And it was. I was very excited for it.
Yeah. So I tell Andy I made a decision. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, Andy. You're not the cheapest, but I tell you what, you're the most honest, and you actually read my manuscript. So we start, and one of the first recommendations is that we do a developmental edit, and I'm like, okay. So we start working with the developmental editors, and again, I just take for granted that they know my world, that they understand what I wrote down because it's in English. It's in English. I wrote it.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the military lingo, not your standard King's English.
Yeah,
yeah.
but they were fantastic in pointing out that, you know, hey, okay, what are you really trying to get across here? And let's change this to this, so it's more palatable, and easier understood. And that developmental edit, I think, went well. And then from there it went to, I think, proofreading,
line edit and proofreading.
line edit and proofreading. Again, you know, his team reaching back out, asking me questions, good questions, and sometimes I got a little frustrated because I'm like, I am speaking English, right? So why is it so clear to me but not to them? And what I realized after a while is it's not so much that it wasn't clear to them, but they were just trying to make it easier to be clear to the masses.
Yeah.
Right. And so that went well. Cover went fantastic. I think the cover that we ended up with is amazing.
We had a lot of different iterations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're great to work with. You knew what you wanted.
Sure.
So we put, you know, a million iterations in front of you, and
Yeah.
we took elements from each until we have a real cool cover.
Jack Carr actually said that he loved the cover.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's
All
like
right.
he absolutely loved the cover. He
amazing.
said it probably 5 times. It was an amazing cover.
Wow.
It was an amazing cover. He really liked it.